You are right up my street.
Oh, you can't make me choose.
Igo by Toyota sponsors T4.
Fuck me, Lee Ryan's 13.
I remember we couldn't remember the word for table.
This is You're Welcome America, the podcast that explains what the bloody hell Brits are banging on about.
In every episode that we release regularly, we translate British pop culture for America.
And American pop culture for Britain. You're welcome. I am Ben.
I am Frazer.
Frazer Light Razor. Now, I brought over some Trader Joe's sour jelly beans.
Does anybody care that we're going to be at the highest point in Greece? Seriously?
And I have to say, not only the ingredients list is absolutely bananas. Confectioners, shellac, beeswax. Do you know where these are bloody made?
Where?
Product of Ireland.
Oh.
Some people say I look like me dad.
What is happening over here? Strong start.
We're back. This is what we've been doing this whole time, is working on this great info for you. Hello.
Hi. And my whole demeanor is very...
Never realized how much that part of Talisa Young is the same as the countdown clock.
Oh, I wasn't doing either. I was doing Rihanna, We Found Love.
Well, all of it.
So if someone could please throw together a remix of Talisa's Young, the countdown clock, and Rihanna's We Found Love. What a remix. Shout out to Crystal, who was recently in a nightclub. She's a right wee clubber. And sent us a little audio of Talisa's Young. Still a great song.
I still didn't get any info about what nightclub that was playing in. It had to have been a homosexual venue, right? There simply can't be a straight venue playing Talisa's Young.
I did send back a pitch, which was imagine Talisa's Young, the Candlelight remix. And then imagine a young person, this is really dark, dying of a kind of preventable thing, like a motorbike accident. And then being brought in on the coffin.
Oh
and
my
it's
God.
just, we are.
That's beautiful.
Forgive us for what we have done.
That's honestly beautiful.
We are young.
Anyway, what have we been doing since the maybe 7 months since we last recorded?
What did we do Friday?
Episode?
What did we do Friday night?
What did we do Friday night? Oh, we went to dinner at the Smokehouse. No,
Yeah,
what is it called?
the Smokehouse.
The Smokehouse.
'Cause I'm young. Yeah, I'm young.
You're not young.
I feel like we've been on a run of going to restaurants that kind of were open in like the 70s, have like a 50s vibe, and also seem like you're in Disneyland. So it's like the Smokehouse, that place Columbo's that we've been to before,
Musso and Frank.
Musso and Frank, and the place in Atwater,
Oh, yeah.
what's it called? Tam O'Shanter.
Yeah.
LA has a lot of these kind of slightly phony / authentic old restaurants, right?
Well, that-
like it's genuinely old, but also not.
Well, no, but it is old because, well, speaking of old, it was producer Bree's birthday. What?
You're not young.
That's why we were there. But it's from, I think it was 1946. It's
Yeah,
from.
it was celebrating 70-something years of...
Yeah.
79?
Something like that.
Yeah.
When I was sitting there waiting for you all, I caught myself genuinely disgusted. I was doing a stank face at some people walking in because they were so badly dressed.
Patsy's one of the top fashion editors in a top magazine. Director. Executive fashion director.
There was... We went back to America.
Yeah. The crowd there.
We definitely left our kind of East Side creative homosexual bubble for that restaurant. It was quite an odd crowd.
Well, it was in Burbank,
Yeah.
slash Toluca Lake.
Well, I remember I said to you, you're back in America when someone is at dinner wearing a baseball hat with their sunglasses on top of the baseball hat.
But I did enjoy that when I went to the bathroom at one point, the restroom, in the kind of lounge area, there was a live band.
Yeah, and people dancing, which I always like.
I know.
I do feel like that's the difference, not to keep being like America this, although that is what this podcast is about, but I think because Americans are so uninhibited and overconfident, they will get up and dance to a band in a weird venue like that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sweet and romantic, I
It's
think.
nice. Would you have felt safe dancing with a man there?
No, not at all.
Talisa, I don't know what's offended me more, what you've said or the fag ash breath.
You would have got one of those very thick stem martini glasses thrown at the back of your head.
My wine glass that I was drinking out of was so heavy. It was like a goblet, like a kind of medieval goblet.
On Saturday, I felt so ill.
You have some real digestive malaise.
I went to do my high rocks training. That's right, I'm doing high rocks again.
Does anybody care?
Clunk.
And I was in quite a lot of stomach pain, shall we say. What'd you do last night?
Last night, I'll tell you what, Ben. Well, first of all, I had plans that were so late that I was still in my house, not dressed to go out until 8 p.m. So at 8 p.m. I was still sitting on my sofa, like not dressed.
What? It's not that late.
You're not young.
To not be even ready to go out at 8 o'clock.
Wait, so where were you going at what time?
So I met Teddy, George, Michael, and Matt for drinks at 9 p.m.
Where?
Downtown at a rooftop hotel.
Called?
Couldn't tell you.
Oh, I need to know. The Wayfarer.
We went to a very strange rooftop hotel, the Wayfarer Hotel. It was because it was one block away from where we were going.
The Wayfarer downtown LA, it's part of the Tapestry collection.
It is, for the Hilton. So we went to the gorgeous Wayfarer Hotel, it's because it was 1 block away from Delusion, Harrowing of Hell.
Please give a really warm welcome to Talisa.
Now, okay.
So we went to, it's kind of I think they call it like an immersive Halloween experience. So we went to it back in 2019, and it was at this amazing kind of old house in the middle of Pomona, like out in the
Yes,
out
I
in the
remember
sticks.
this. Yeah.
And how that one worked is you kind of get like guided as a group through essentially like a haunted house experience, but you have to do stuff, and individuals get kind of taken away from the group, and you have your own, like, I got taken to an attic, and truly just someone acted one-on-one with me in an attic, and it's like, you know, you have to kind of give into it, but it was really fun and really spooky. This one wasn't great. There wasn't very much of a storyline. It was kind of meant to be like you were going on a path through hell.
It is, of course, Ollie Murs.
Okay.
So it was kind of a vaguely religious hell theme.
Yeah.
But it just it wasn't very cohesive, and also you could tell that because we went on a Saturday night and it was the Saturday before Halloween, they were kind of rushing us through it. It was much quicker than the one we did before. Felt like it went on forever, and it was like, I felt like we really got like a full evening of it. This one, by the time they ushered us out of the exit, I thought that we were only about halfway through the whole thing.
A Pathway to Hell, so was it just all like pictures from modern day America? Just news headlines.
Just some razor sharp satire there. Lovely stuff. No, it was and because it was in this big old maybe old hotel or maybe old building. This is very old downtown building, so a lot of it involved going up and down in the lift.
That's fun.
Which was very fun. Especially the way it started was really good. They said, who's the bravest person in your party? And this girl volunteered. And then they put us in the lift/elevator. We went up or down one floor, it was hard to tell. And the whole time you're being guided around by these kind of people in robes wearing like masks. They're kind of, you know, if one of them tells you to go somewhere, you have to kind of follow them. So we got in the lift after she'd said she was the bravest. It went up a floor, the doors opened, and one of those attendants just took her out of the lift and the doors closed and we left her.
That's good.
And then we proceeded to be above, because we went a floor up. We were kind of on like a walkway above where she was in this giant room. And they'd like strapped her to this kind of, this like rolling trolley thing.
Gurney.
Yeah, and she was being kind of like slowly pulled through this like wacky kind of dinner sacrifice scene. So that's how it started, and I was like, oh, we're really in for like something here.
This is promising.
But then yeah, it just kind of lots of different rooms with actors being annoying, which is fine because that was the whole thing last time. But it just it wasn't cohesive. And then the final kind of set pieces, you're like in hell. You know the river Styx from the old mythology. It's kind of like that, and we got onto like a boat, and we were in this big room that was all full of smoke and stuff. We got onto a boat that we thought was going to move, and then they kind of did some acting on the boat, and then we just had to get out of the other side of it, and then they were like, go that way, and I was like, oh, okay, we're going to go to the next room, and then we just walked out of a door back to the bar that was like, and I was like, oh, this is kind of a disappointment. The worst part of it is, in our group, it was us as a group, this group of 3 kind of women our age. They were very nice. They were very game. And then these 2 guys, much older men, together, maybe not romantically. I think they were just friends. One of them had the exact vibe of like, I said that he was like the actor from, what was the male version of Xena Warrior Princess? What was he called? You know, Kevin Sorbo was the actor, but like whatever show he was in. He had that kind of vibe. He was like it was like he'd been very famous in the 90s.
Okay.
He had that kind of vibe, and he had kind of a long hair, and he was very muscular and short, and he was wearing like a cut-off vest. It was like he used to work as a stuntman in the 90s.
Okay.
And he also, you could tell he thought he was very funny. So he just was like talking back to all of the actors in a way that was just deeply unfunny and kind of didn't help with the whole thing. Like he tried to make like some politics jokes at one point, and we were all just like, shut the fuck up. Oh, Kevin Sorbo was Hercules. That's what it was. Yeah.
Wait, so what time did it start?
11 o'clock was our reservation.
You're not
Young, yeah, I'm young.
What? Absolutely not.
Yeah. That's why I was telling you that I was still here in my like home loungewear at like 8 p.m. It was a lot.
Do you want my review of Weapons?
Not particularly, because I know that it's negative and I really enjoyed it. So I don't know what we're going to get from this conversation, but go on.
I just didn't care.
Drew, are you taking the piss?
Who cares where those children went? They're nothing to do with me. They're not my kids. They're not my problem.
Does anybody care?
And then it just turned into Hocus Pocus.
Do you care?
What a strange way to look at a movie that it's got nothing to do with you. What
And, like,
movies do you watch that are to do with you? Only movies about your
Many.
specific life.
Many. Working Girl, Clueless, things I can relate to, okay?
Drew, it smells of shit.
I don't know. And then what was that woman? Sheila? Jessica? What was her name?
That's what it is. Actual shit.
Keep going.
I don't know.
Sheila,
Jackie.
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 Gladys.
She turned up. I was like, what's this wackadoo character? I'm like, okay. And then she's got some sticks. No. Turn it off. Google the rest. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to defend something I enjoyed to you.
Saying, I've got a celeb spot for you.
Oh, please. Is this the game?
Yeah. So,
Male or female?
hang on. Let me set the scene.
Non-binary.
Let me set the scene. Soho House, West Hollywood. Daytime.
Okay. Identifies as male.
Correct.
Actor.
Yes.
Over 40.
Yes. Just, I think.
Okay.
No, yes.
American?
Yes, very.
Oh, Glenn Powell.
No, but you could say they were a Glenn Powell of their day, maybe?
Okay. Comedic actor?
Sure, he'd like to think so.
Ryan Reynolds. Oh, no, he's Canadian.
What did we say? American?
Yeah, I said
Okay.
American.
Yeah.
Blonde or brunette?
Brunette. Very brunette.
Very brunette. Do I like any of the things that he starred in your knowledge?
I don't think so.
Okay. Is he good looking?
Yes. In a real eye roll way.
Right, so you're like reluctantly saying he's attractive.
Yeah. Would you like a clue?
Yeah.
He was wearing a cap, which I think is very trademark him.
Sean William Scott. No, he's blonde.
No, but similar time period.
Ashton Kutcher.
Yes!
The co-star of Dude, Where's My Car? I knew Sean William Scott would get me somewhere. Oh, Ashton Kutcher.
And he was wearing a fucking baseball cap. I was just
That's
like,
tough.
oh.
Yeah, he was the originator of the trucker cap as the widespread kind of infestation of the trucker cap. Yeah.
And the reason
he is reluctantly good looking, isn't he?
Yeah, it was like,
So he still looked. Did he catch your eye because he was good looking first?
he did. He was sitting kind of at the end of a table, having a kind of meeting, and it makes sense because he's now one of the major investors of Soho House.
Yes.
So I was just like, ugh.
Great. Oh God, you're right, and you are right. I can't think of a single thing of his that I like would put up there saying I did enjoy.
I don't know his relationship with Demi Moore. I mean, that's it.
Maybe the butterfly effect?
Never saw it.
What a shocker that you never saw the butterfly effect. Anyway, should we do some feedback?
Yeah.
So yeah, we had a lovely message from Victoria who sent us a link to a BBC iPlayer documentary called Girl Bands Forever. 1st of November that comes out.
Who's in it? It's like Sue Elise, Kerry Katona.
Yeah, I'm seeing Sue Elise, I'm seeing Kerry Katona, I'm seeing Melanie, Mel Blatt, the other Mel B from All Saints.
Got it.
Sue Elise.
Me Against the Podcast has sent us a full episode of CD UK from the 27th of September 2003. Okay, so we've got a Ribena commercial, and then let's get the intro.
Hello. You're watching CD UK #1 on a Saturday morning, and let me tell you, you don't want to be going anywhere. Coming up on today's show, we've got an exclusive album track from Gareth Gates. We've got Sophie Ellis-Bextor, the Sugar Babes, Muse, and Metallica. We'll also be catching up with Emma Bunton at London Fashion Week, and we've got some very special footage of Robbie Williams at Nebworth. But right now, it's time for just another CD UK Red Hot exclusive. This is a brand new single from Blue.
Blue singing Guilty, a song I don't remember.
My favourite part of that is that that poor audience, they've got this like these hyped up tweens like screaming their heads off, and if you watch it a little bit further, she introduces Blue, they're screaming, and then the song starts and they just instantly all go quiet. And I think, obviously because they've been told to like be quiet,
because they're singing like a low-key ballad.
They're singing a ballad.
I love how they're going to be catching up with Emma Bunton at Fashion Week. Yeah. You know, fashion correspondent Emma.
And they really flipped past Muse and Metallica at that intro,
Muse
didn't they?
and Metallica.
To end on some exclusive footage of Robbie Williams at Nebworth. Something we do weirdly talk about all the time is Robbie Williams at Nebworth.
I feel like Robbie Williams really put Nebworth on the map. I didn't even know what that was until that happened.
I will be scrubbing through the rest of that episode at another time, because that's a real treasure.
Well, I think I've told you before, I went to On Location episode of TRL UK.
Yeah.
What was his name? Alex. What was his name with the hair? Zane?
Alex Zane, yeah.
Yeah, he was
Another
hosting.
Zane.
And I got to do a link. I got to throw to a link.
Taste of fame.
Yeah.
Oh, I also went to TRL in Leicester Square, and the live performance was, I think it was that song, It Was an Honest Mistake. Remember them? The Bravery, they were called? Don't look at me that way. I'm pretty sure it was them, and they performed.
Not that it matters and anyone can verify it, but that was a stone cold lie. It was the band The Rasmus, the Finnish band from Helsinki.
It had a real rousing beat. Although in my head, I'm going to the Cardigans, my favorite game.
Oh, great song. Fantastic song. We did get one more piece of feedback from listener Jamie, who got in touch pointing out that one of the dancers on Strictly this past week did a full Cheryl Cole Fight for This Love performance, like with the choreo. I'm not quite sure what dance,
I was going to say
what kind of dance that falls under, but
dancing the samba to Cheryl Cole's Fight for This Love.
I do want to just see what the band sounds like doing it.
What kind of dance is it now?
Kind of a Cossack dance.
I'm waiting for them to go into like a rumba or something.
Just doing a dance break.
So basically, we just watched. It was Vicky Pattison. That's Geordie Shore. It was basically just hip hop.
Yeah,
street dance.
I don't remember Strictly having a street dance category, but I mean, we've been out of the country so long. Maybe they've introduced that finally.
Nations and regions. The BBC remit. License fee.
Yeah, and I mean, and who's best to take on hip hop than star of Geordie Shore, Vicky Pattison?
Regions. Yeah, nations and regions. Right.
We should gab about something else.
Yeah. And we are back. Our first topic is from the UK.
Yes.
It's you. What are you doing?
So,
what are you doing?
I knew what topic you were doing, and I knew when we were recording, so I thought I'll try and keep it within a theme. I tried to go a wee bit spooky.
A wee bit spooky-dooky.
But I don't think you're going to have anything to say about this, because I don't think you're going to care. So let's have a little bit of music to get us in the mood. That's right. I thought to get really scared and fear for our lives, I would discuss the long-running, still being made UK scary TV show, Midsummer Murders.
Oh. What is that? I've heard
you
of it.
literally don't even know what Midsummer Murders is.
I've heard of it. I just don't know what it is. I know people like it.
I know people like it, Ben Anderson.
I couldn't tell
on
you.
Midsummer Murders. I know people like it.
Okay, let me guess what it is. Is like Olivia Colman or something in it? No. Is it like detectives just solving murders?
It sure is. You've got a lot of nerve saying, is Olivia Colman in it? And also, when you said detectives, that looked like you just smelt a piece of shit under your nose.
That's what it is. Actual shit.
But why
I'd
is
like
it
you to reset your attitude.
But why is it spooky? I don't understand.
Murders.
Oh, okay.
And did you not hear that theme tune?
Yeah, but I thought sometimes is it like Scooby-Doo? Sometimes is it like a bit paranormal?
It's never actually paranormal, but there's sometimes storylines that have some slight paranormal,
okay.
or some kind of locked room mystery things about them. A bit like Jonathan Creek used to be. Remember that show?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So wait, and why is it called Midsummer Murders?
Well, let me tell you. Let me start at the beginning. So this show has been on television since 1997.
What?
And they are currently in the 25th series of it.
Okay, is there a
bearing
famous...
in mind the this is UK TV, so to make 25 series is
one a year.
Yeah, that's wild.
So wait, is there someone famous in it? Is there like a recurring famous person? No.
You just relax. You just cool your jets over
I
there.
know nothing.
So yes, it's adapted from a book series, which I didn't realize. It's on ITV. It's been on ITV since the 23rd of March, 1997. Just to give you a quick overview, the series focuses on various murder cases that take place within the small country villages across the fictional English county of Midsummer.
I already know the US equivalent.
Well, just relax yourself. So the Midsummer Constabulary have to solve a different crime. So it's a crime of the week, and it's always a whodunit. And the big thing about this show is that, first of all, it's very British because it's set in like a county, and the county it's set in is very like. Imagine a show that was made in the 90s that also means that everyone that worked on it was probably thinking it was the 80s. Does that make sense? So it's like
it was already it was dated, and it's dated
from the start. So and then you have a think about the writer's room for a show about a fictional traditional British county, and you start to think about the different ways people get murdered around this county. You'll start to get an idea of the kind of ways people are getting murdered.
I'm gonna look up the writers for Midsummer Murders. Just look at their names.
Okay, because I actually don't want you to Google anything, because I have a game ready that I don't want you to get ruined by Googling things.
No, I'm just gonna look writers. Caroline Graham, Anthony Horowitz, Nicholas Hicks Beach.
That's okay.
But wait a minute. The original producers: Betty Willingale, Brian Trumay. Fucking hell!
Put your phone down. I don't want you to see anything about the show.
Chief Inspector Barnaby.
Just put your phone down.
All right.
It's the whole point is me telling you things, not you just looking at your phone and sneering.
Okay,
Cyril.
So we're talking
about...
about...
one of the writers was called Cyril Sneer originally. So I'll tell you that, to give you a real taste of how twee and British this show is, the first episode is called The Killings at Badger's Drift.
The Killings...
I thought you'd like that. It's actually it's the fictional village of Badger's Drift in that one.
Fucking hell.
But the funny thing about this show is it's very cozy murder mystery of the week, but it kind of spiraled out of control as they carried on making episodes of the show, and they started to run out of ideas, and it becomes more and more ludicrous. One of my personal favorites is, so the whole thing follows, or used to for most of it, was Detective Barnaby, Tom Barnaby, played by an actor with, I think, what is one of the most fake British sounding names, John Nettles.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you've heard of him, right? And in one of the storylines is his wife is in the local players, and she's in this play where
Wait a minute, let me guess. I'm gonna guess.
Go on.
So the play's being put on, but within the play there's a murder, but then there's an actual murder when the play happens.
yeah, someone gets their throat slit, but someone has swapped out the fake knife
With
for
a
a real knife, and this guy has his throat slit live on stage. It was quite dark for a ITV family drama, but it just so happened that Detective Barnaby's wife was in the play, so it's very kind of, not to try and get into too many equivalents, but Murder, She Wrote has a...
It's Murder, She Wrote.
Just... Will you just calm down your jelly baby?
All those jelly beans, those summer jelly beans, which were a product of Ireland, and I'm ready to go.
You need to relax.
I'll be asleep in like 10 minutes.
So that's like a bit of an overview for it, but I've got a couple of things, very specific things I want to tell you about.
I've got a question.
Oh my God, what?
What day of the week and time? Is this like 6 p.m. on a Saturday?
From what I can see here, it looks like it was vaguely on ITV at 7 p.m. on a Saturday. Prime time.
7. Okay, got it.
Are you just reading your texts?
This man has been murdered, and whoever killed him will pay for it.
The remarkably lethal Midsummer Murders.
I'm going to murder you in a Midsummer style during this
on
episode.
On a podcast?
Yes.
Oh my God. So wait a minute.
Choke you with this mic right down the gullet.
That would be a new episode of Midsummer Murders.
I'm sorry. Series 25 definitely has a podcast, and it'll be like...
You have to listen to the podcast.
Yes.
That's
or
great.
maybe they'll have maybe they'll make The New Detective like a podcast. So they do that a lot in modern kind of detective things, like a true crime podcast. Someone recording a true crime podcast in Midsummer about all of the Midsummer murders.
And then that person gets murdered.
That's actually a great idea. We'll speak to... whoever's executive producing it now,
Patricia Cocklesworth or something.
So let me give you one thing that I think you're really going to like, and then I've got a game for you. It's in the controversy section of Midsummer Murders. The one of the series producer back in 2011 got into huge amounts of trouble because he said that the program didn't have any non-white characters because the series was the last bastion of Englishness, and I want to keep it that way.
Have a day off, Susan.
Fucking hell.
So, and I think he got fired from that.
Was his name like Dickie? I don't know, like Englishson or something.
His name was Brian True May. True-May. But I just thought that was very funny that, it makes sense because it's literally a show about like the countryside of the UK. It's like, well, they made it racist. The showrunner was racist. It kind of makes sense for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk you through kind of some of the best deaths on the show, because as the show kind of went on, it got more and more ludicrous about the way people would get murdered in the beginning. In one episode named Wild Harvest, a man gets tied to a tree covered in truffle oil and is killed by a wild boar that mauls him to death.
Fucking hell. It's a lot of truffle oil.
There's this bizarre episode that I do remember seeing where a man is killed by a machine that is launching wine bottles like a catapult at him, I believe in a winery. Why that machine is there in the first place, we don't know.
Yeah.
I thought you'd like this one. Apparently in a more recent episode, there is a robotic arm that takes someone out, a giant robotic arm. So I like the idea that maybe in a modern episode, they brought like one of the villages has become like a tech hub. Which I think is really good. There's an episode simply with an exploding gazebo. Yes. And then one of my favorites, which is that this man gets murdered at the Midsummer, one of the Midsummer villages called Littleworthy at the model village. And he's like staked out, his dead body's like staked out like Gulliver in Gulliver's Travel in the model village.
That's fun. I like that.
There's all kinds of wackadoo murders in this. But one of the things that Midsummer Murders is famous for is that a lot of famous British actors have starred in Midsummer Murders, especially back in the day.
Oh, that's fun.
So I've got a little game for you. I've got some real and some fake actors and the way that they died on the show.
I've got a question for you. So is it when they were coming up?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not like, I don't know, like Joanna Lumley loves the show, so she did it in 2014.
No, I purposefully picked people that
were on the up.
That kind of, you'll be like, it will make sense.
Okay.
So you have to tell me whether this is true or false. Okay. Orlando Bloom murdered by a pitchfork.
I think you're trying to trick me. That's false.
It's true. Oh! Orlando Bloom, as one of his first acting roles, was stabbed with a pitchfork. I believe it's because his character was a philanderer who was sleeping with all like the women of this one village of Midsummer.
Makes
and
sense.
He got murdered. Okay.
And he was actually just playing the role of Orlando Bloom.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay, next. Keira Knightley. She had a beehive dropped on her head at a honey farm.
No, that's false.
That's false.
Beehive.
Martine McCutcheon murdered by a wheel of cheese.
False.
That's true.
What?
Martine McCutcheon played a dairy worker. I wrote down the description of this episode because everything's really good. After threatening to expose the secrets of other parents at Midsummer Pasture School, single mum Debbie Moffat is lured by a phone call to her death in the dairy where she worked.
Debbie what?
Debbie Moffat.
Debbie Moffat.
Debbie Moffat. Okay.
Debbie Moffat.
Henry Cavill, trapped in an animal trap and then shot.
Yes.
Yes, that did happen. And then finally, Tom Hiddleston. His head was chopped off with a meat cleaver while working at the local butcher's.
False.
That is false. The Marty McCutcheon Wheel of Cheese death is quite infamous.
I mean, that sounds fake. That sounds it's really good.
You want to watch it? Okay, so Ben just saw Martine getting killed with the Wheel of Cheese. Do you see why people liked Midsummer Murders now? It's very...
It was really good.
It's very campy. That's what it was. The whole vibe of the show was like. It was very kind of tongue-in-cheek, but also like kind of a little scary. And
I really enjoyed that.
For a 7 p.m. kind of family spooky murder show, it was very fun.
So wait, but the detective is the same person all the way throughout?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's definitely how the kind of Murder, She Wrote, Angela Lansbury comparison does stick out, because it's like she lived in Cabot Cove. And everyone died there. I like that in the UK version it's a whole county. They're like, we couldn't possibly have it happen in one town because it's too small.
No, whole county.
I did have fun coming up with the fake deaths. I wrote some other ones. One of them was, I couldn't think of the actor to go with it, but I had them being crushed by a maypole that had been tampered with.
Oh, I'm going to think of one. I'd like something with a stained glass window.
Yeah.
That feels good.
I also tried vaguely to come up with someone getting poisoned at like a cake tasting at like a WI.
Oh, that's
thing.
fun.
I feel like that must have happened.
Maybe like a cake fair, like a... Oh, wait a minute. Some people being trampled on by like animals at an agricultural show.
Yes.
Tractor.
Yes, I think there is. There's definitely a tractor.
Combine harvester.
Yes.
Oh, what about those giant...
A grain silo.
Those giant, those giant bales of hay.
Yes.
That you could climb up, but then one would fall and like whack you in the head.
Yeah. Although...
Electric fence.
You're getting a little Final Destination. Remember, there's always got to be a person that's pushed you into those things. Pushing someone into an electric fence is really good.
Or someone's fixing the electric fence and you just see the hand turning it up, like the voltage up.
Yeah, it's really good. So yeah, that was my... I used to love this show, and I genuinely...
It's good.
Believe I could have a good time if I found whatever... It's on one of the, like... I think it's on like BritBox, one of those streaming services. I do believe I could have quite a good time going back over some Midsummer Murders.
I could see this show going on Netflix and suddenly everyone getting obsessed with it.
Completely.
And then suddenly Netflix would be making Midsummer Murders.
Yes, I agree. The US equivalent, I think, is very clearly Murder, She Wrote.
Absolutely.
But I do want to add in Murder, She Wrote combined with. And I think that is Law and Order. Because Law and Order in this country is famous for having... every single famous person you've ever imagined being in it.
Oh, yeah.
And again, just like the UK equivalent. Although I think some of those names are pretty, like Henry Cavill and Orlando Bloom are pretty famous. But, Martine, I feel like it's like Cynthia Nixon being on Law and Order compared to
Martine McCutcheon. Getting killed by some cheese.
Exactly. Doing I feel like Cynthia Nixon won an Emmy for that. And then old Martine's just getting a wheel of camembert smashed on her head. Oh, it can't be camembert. That's too soft. Stilton?
Yeah. Something, yeah.
I think there's a pun in that episode where they go hard cheese.
If I were a writer or producer in that show, I would just come up with fun deaths, and then work out the episodes from there.
I'm pretty sure that's what they do. Yeah. So all right, well, I'm glad that we've gone from you sneering and poo-pooing on my topic to now being interested in watching some episodes with me.
I got quite into it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll bet there's a good Christmas special.
Oh yeah, with someone having the town square Christmas tree pushed on them.
Yeah. Like something going wrong during the nativity.
Yeah. All right, so that's the US version of Midsummer Murders is Murder, She Wrote combined with Law and Order.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Poisoned mulled wine.
And we're back. Ooh, it's still spooky after that murderous,
stayed
Halloween adjacent.
Spooky dooky in here. Wait, we were just talking off air about Drag Race this season for UK, which we are not covering.
No.
I'm not watching. But you said that you enjoy watching it, thinking how much I would hate it?
Yes, every episode I've been laughing out loud, thinking about us not covering it, and I was thinking about kind of what we'd be talking about in each kind of recap episode, and I just their names especially. I'm like the amount of like. Every time someone has a couple of them have some really complicated names, and I'm just thinking about how you'd be so angry about having to remember them, and then
well, I wouldn't.
And then people from other old seasons are coming back on, and I'm thinking about you just looking blankly at me while I say, "Oh, do you remember they were in like the last series?" And you just being like, "No." Anyway, Ben's got a spooky dooky topic for us.
Sorry, just got to be all spooked.
Actually kind of made me jump.
I know it did.
I'm still a little rattled from my journey to hell I went on last night. What are you flapping those little Scottish gums about?
Well, I thought for Halloween, for this spooky season, I would do Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
Oh.
Because I feel like Elvira, people in the UK don't really know her.
Yeah, we've lightly touched on her in a episode very specific to somewhere in Los Angeles that I believe you'll be discussing.
Oh, yes. I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. So Elvira, real name Cassandra Gay Peterson.
Yeah.
We read her autobiography, didn't we?
We sure did. I feel like I know way too much about her.
I don't remember a single thing about the autobiography other than she bought that house.
Yeah.
Was it haunted? Something bad happened and then Brad Pitt bought it?
Yes. And wasn't there stuff with Elvis?
Something like that.
Yeah, there was the thing where she was like kind of...
She was in Vegas.
And kind of like...
Wait a minute.
Did she have sex with Elvis? I think she might have done.
It's all coming back to me now. Didn't she go to Vegas with her family and then was like, I'm going to be a showgirl here.
Yeah.
And then they were all at, like, she's 16 or something and she's at a casino with her family and she gets picked out to be a showgirl.
Yes.
And her parents are like, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. She was a horror hostess. She gained fame on a local LA TV network playing this character of Elvira. Elvira, kind of a bit Morticia.
Yes.
Morticia Adams.
Kind of a very like pun heavy Morticia.
Valley Girl version
Valley
of
Girl
Morticia.
Morticia, yeah.
Boobs.
Very punny. Because there's that very weird tradition here in America of kind of horror TV shows where there's like a host and a wraparound thing. Like, what's the one with the corpse? Tales from the Crypt? Is that what it's called?
That what it was.
With the guy that's like...
Oh, yeah. Well, that's exactly what this was. She had her thing called Elvira's Movie Macabre, a word I always find really hard to say. Macabre. And it was like a weekly B-movie presentation. So she would do the wraparounds, like the kind of in-between bits, like throwing to commercials and stuff like that. She originally was in the Groundlings. She's kind of part of that whole Pee Wee Herman gang.
Yes.
Those kind of like alt comedy wackadoo character type people.
Yeah, who ended up kind of having... mainstream, they're playing kind of wackadoo people that were kind of weirdly mainstream, like Pee Wee Herman and her, like as characters like Elvira and Pee Wee Herman. It's very like odd characters that became
but very mainstream,
and like family friendly.
Very mainstream for the US.
Yeah.
Whereas like you can imagine that happening in the UK, but not here, which is odd.
Yeah.
Anyway, as we talked about, she was a Vegas showgirl. She was in Viva Les Girls at the Dunes, where she met Elvis Presley, with whom she went on a date.
Oh, a date. Yes.
Just one date. She was a topless dancer.
Yeah, I remember that. There was a story about them in a hotel suite. Remember, them like laying down together on the couch and him giving her like really sage life advice and being really sweet.
Exactly. It wasn't like sexy at all.
It was like
more that.
Very nurturing and nice.
So yeah, so essentially she came to LA and was in the Groundlings, which is improv group. People like Conan were in it, Lisa Kudrow.
And everyone loves mentioning that. You know, Lisa Kudrow was actually meant to be in Frazer, and then she got Friends. Did you know that?
And then she thought it was going to be like a really big awful thing because she didn't get it, and then she got Friends instead, and did just as well. She got Friends. Yeah, and then she ended up doing the movie Macabre thing, and then she got her own movie as well, which is like a big deal. She's really, and I hate saying this, but back in the day, it feels like she was one for the dads.
Yes, because her breasts were very much a part of her, or are very much a part of Elvira's look. Is having her lovely breasts out.
And she's kind of a drag queen.
Yes.
She's kind of a spooky drag queen.
She's been a guest judge on Drag Race a few times.
Yeah, and done kind of Booley Brothers stuff and all those kind of things. And then in the 80s and 90s when she was really big, you could also imagine like a dad being into her, but like a 7-year-old girl dressing up as her.
Yes.
It's like a strange...
strangely universal... specific character.
But a lot of merch in the 90s. There was comic books, action figures, trading cards. I remember in her book she talked about being on beer cans at one point. Or she had her own beer, didn't she?
Yes, she did. And then she lost a lot of money in kind of those kind of things, didn't she? I remember the beer thing was really bad for her.
Yeah, something went wrong. But at the same time, I'm like, of course that happened because, of course she was involved in beer because, again, one for the dads.
Yeah.
So a number of years ago, for a long time, she had a pilot as well on CBS called Elvira. I've watched the episode. It's pretty good.
Yeah, she's funny.
It was basically, the premise was Elvira and her family moving into a new neighborhood with their older aunt and dealing with nosy neighbors and uptight conservators who all want them to move out.
You can see how RuPaul really loves Elvira because she's very, very draggy, but also got that real, like, kind of low-hanging fruit pun stuff.
Yeah.
But because she's funny, it's funny.
Totally.
Kind of like RuPaul. Like, RuPaul says really obvious jokes, but she's funny and makes them work. They're very similar in that way, I think.
And also because she's so kind of alt, you can imagine Ru really respecting her. Like, she's lived this bizarre lifestyle. Well, I hate saying bizarre lifestyle, but also the fact that she was married to a man for a long time, now she's been with a woman for a long time. I wouldn't describe her sexuality as anything other than she's just open.
Yeah.
Is our Elvira. So for a long time, she was at Not Scary Farm.
Yeah. That's when we discussed her before.
Yeah, and she would put on a show there. Did you go with us that year?
Yes.
You did.
Last night we discussed that we're going to go back in 2026, by the way.
Got it.
Just so you know.
I'm up for that.
Because we were talking about it last night, saying how it was so fun, but we were saying that we should go back, but we only want to go and pay a lot of money so that we don't have to stand in any of the lines.
I don't remember standing in lines. Do you?
I think, didn't we pay extra last time as well?
I can't remember. We should explain to listeners what the hell we're talking about. Knott's Berry Farm was originally a farm. They turned into a theme park, and at Christmas, at Halloween, it becomes Knott's Scary Farm. So you go the evenings, and it's all spooky dooky, and they have smoke everywhere and people jumping out at you. And Elvira, for a very long time, she had like a kind of cabaret show that on the hour 4 times a night she pops up, and all I remember really is her walking around on stage singing a version of "If I Were You, I'd Wanna Be Me Too."
But Meghan Trainor song.
Yeah, but she changed the words "you" and "to" to like the word "boo."
Yeah. She's got a light Weird Al vibe with that as well, hasn't
Yes.
she? Kind of a parody songstress as well as a spooky, sexy woman.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on. And I think over the years, the costumes have been a big deal there because podcast nemesis Michael, pause for the lightning and thunder. Podcast nemesis Michael, he has an original on his dining room wall sketched out drawing from like the Not Scary Farm cabaret show 1987.
Yeah.
So I think every year she had like commissioned these things. And again, it makes sense for Halloween because again, the dads and the kids. You can imagine the dads back then, they'd be like, no, I'll take the kids to Not Scary Farm. Oh, darling, that's so good of you. Getting them off my hands for a night.
I know why Stu really wants to go. Love seeing Elvira. Boys will be boys.
So,
speaking of boys will be boys, Andrew told me the other day that he saw Preston from The Ordinary Boys in LA.
Doing what?
Like just in a coffee shop.
Preston. So I did have a look up of Elvira's estimated net worth. What do you think?
5 million.
3 million.
Okay.
I know, I'm a little nervous.
I do remember
for
that
her.
about the book, about her saying there was definitely a lot of money lost in certain dealings, wasn't there? I remember there being a lot of financial trouble to do with merchandising and things.
Although it says here she earns over $1 million annually. So I don't quite know what's happening with those pennies. I mean, I don't really have much more to say about Elvira. I mean, that's kind of it. Who do you think the UK equivalent of Elvira is? I've got a very strong POV in this, but I'd like you to hit me with some stuff.
Kind of noodle out some ideas based on that. Well, it's like, is there someone who's very specific for a very specific time of year in the UK? Is there a face of a holiday? Like Mariah Carey is the face of Christmas, Elvira is the face of Halloween here. That's two American people. Is there like a British holiday? And for some reason I just thought of Guy Fawkes himself being the face of Guy Fawkes Day. And then obviously for more of like a kind of niche TV, unusual character that kind of gained a lot of traction, like Mr. Bean.
Or what about like, this is weird what I'm about to say, like Keith Lemon?
Right. Like a modern day version is like, yeah, like kind of Beau Selector kind of.
Oh, yeah.
It's not far off with, Keith.
Ali G.
Avid Marion, like.
Ali G.
Yeah.
Those kind of all feel kind of right.
Kind of slightly more contemporary versions. Yeah, of like parody characters that became extremely mainstream to the point of being in movies. And I feel like at some point Ali G could have had like a residency in a nightclub, couldn't he?
Totally. I was going to say Dame Edna.
Oh, not British.
Not British, but kind of British.
British in the same way that a lot of Australians are, yeah.
Yeah, because I wondered, there was like the glamour.
Yeah.
There's the glamour.
There's already thinking about it.
But you could see Elvira hosting a talk show.
Yeah, the Elvira talk show, I'm sure, was...
Do you know who's quite Elvira, actually? Sharon Osbourne.
She sure is. She's maybe less so because that's just who she actually is. She's the real Elvira. But yeah, no, Dame Edna, I get that. But, it's kind of like, again, not to do lots of combos, but it's like if Dame Edna met Ali G.
Also...
kind of a genuinely a good way to explain it to a British person, actually. If
Dame Edna met Ali G.
If you combine those two ideas together.
But it was all played by Sharon Osbourne.
Yeah, based around what's like a British holiday. V Day.
I was going to say the poppy appeal.
Remembrance Day. Yeah, Sharon Osbourne was Dame Edna and Ali G promoting Remembrance Day. It's kind of like that.
Anyway, so who's the UK equivalent of Elvira? Where have we landed? It's all I know is it's the poppy appeal. And what's happening?
Yeah, the holiday is Remembrance Day, and it is Sharon Osbourne playing kind of a mashup of Dame Edna and Ali G.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Thank you as ever for listening. Please get in touch on our Instagrams.
What about stranger episodes?
I think there's something here.
In a history of strange episodes, this one's really strange.
But you know what? I think we were spooked by those sour jelly beans.
I blame Trader Joe's and the sour jelly beans.
Product of Ireland.
Yeah, something spooky. Really.
Please get in touch. Instagram, social, email us, and we'll be back with you very soon.
Instagram, social, email us.
Yeah. Look, the jelly beans.
You're welcome.
Bye.
You are right up my street.
Oh, you can't make me choose.
I go by Toyota. Sponsors T4.
Fuck me, Lee Ryan's 13.
I remember we couldn't remember the word for table.